This is a video on the new version of Google Forms. So as you can see when you log into Google Forms today, you'll see at the top it'll say, check out the new Google Forms. So when you first start off, you'll see that the first formatting is very similar to our regular Google Forms. So at the top, you'll see it'll say Untitled Form. And this is where we have just the title of what our form will be. Then we have our form description. To the right side, we see our plus sign where we can add questions. Then below that, we see add title and description. These are a title and description, so we can add different sort of titles throughout. We then have our add image, add video, and add section break throughout. So we can start with just titling our form with English test. This could be vocabulary for the book holes. Okay. We can also see that in the top right corner we have a color palette, so we can change around what our color scheme may look like. So we can have a green color scheme, we can have blue, things of that nature. We can also preview this, so once we start working on this, we can preview what this may look like. We have some different settings as well, so this is where we can have our automatically collecting our usernames, where we have only one user can submit. This is where our confirmation page, we can start changing what it looks like on our confirmation page. We can show the respondent's link to something else. And down at the bottom where we can show the progression at the end. Finally, all the way on the right side, we have a More button, which we're going to get into in just a little bit, where you can make a copy of your entire form or move things to trash, but you can also get a pre-filled link. So this is great, especially when we're working with younger kids, or if we want to start creating a survey or a test that has some pre-filled questions in it, or has some things that we just want to create something that is already has all the answers already pre-filled. So let's say we go to our first question here. Okay, we have our untitled question. We can say, what is the definition of the word mischief? Okay. Oops. And you can see still on the right, we have our options for multiple choice, checkbox drop down. Your linear scale is your 0 to 10 or 0 to 5. You have your multiple choice grid, which was just like your grid box before, date and time, your short answer, your paragraph at the top once again. So we can make this as a short answer text box if you wanted to. Your required is just here below, just like it was in the other one, in our other forms. And you have your 3 dots here where you can actually give a hint text for the kids. You could say something like, don't forget to use your notes. Okay, oops. And we also have things like our data validation if we wanted to make sure that this has something like numbers only, or text only, things of that nature. But we're not going to be using the data validation right now. We are going to then add another question at the bottom after this, and we can make this a multiple choice question. And this could be something like, how many times was the was the transition word therefore used in paragraph 2 of chapter 3. And then we can say 3, 4, 5, 3, and 6. And we can also make this a required question. So I'm not going to continue on, but we can then click the preview button, and this is what it would look like to the students. We have our required questions here. They're going to write their answer here, and then we have our submit button. We can click on the edit button here, and here's where we can make our copy, and we can also add collaborators on this as well. You would also see your answers here from the students, your responses. As you can see, I have no responses yet, but you can also create your spreadsheet from here. So you can choose to have just your answers right here in the form, or you can then create a spreadsheet. It's your choice at this point. You can then select your response location, or you can actually have a CSV that you can download and take with you. So for example, if you're doing this with grades, you can download a CSV, and that might be able to be transferred into eSchool. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I look forward to speaking with you in the future.